Hi, I'm Wendy Ladd, and welcome to a celebration of Women TV. I'm really excited today because this is our third TV show for a celebration of Women TV, and we have an amazing guest with us today. Her name is Shannon Smith, and she's the owner and creator and founder and overall woman of Premier Image International. We're going to be able to talk with her later. She's got some wonderful information, and for me, I've been thinking about her all week. Everything that she told me on the phone, I'm like, am I doing the right things? Am I saying the right things? But what she does, she is a worldwide woman known for branding in personal and business and for etiquette. So for me, proper etiquette was part of everything that I was really wanting to learn from her. So she's got a wonderful, wonderful book, and we're going to be able to talk about it. Like I shared with you, I had the opportunity of chatting with Shannon live on the phone. You know what? I got to ask her some really, really out there questions, and she's like, you know what, Wendy? I've heard it all. I've been doing this for a while now, and I've heard all the questions because for me, I was wondering, maybe not everybody knows about etiquette or personal branding or business branding, but not everybody always knows where to ask, or who to ask, or what to do. And not everybody wants to hear the answer. So for me, I was sitting there thinking, what a great, great learning experience today's going to be, because you get to learn from the audience and also from watching this video live, all the tips and tricks, and you get to hear from the expert herself. So you don't have to actually ask, but you get to find out anyway. And you will have the opportunity to buy her amazing book at the end of the show. So as I've talked with Shannon, I realized there is nobody better experienced to tell you and teach you about what she does. And the great thing I realized is Shannon has learned everything that she has done from her own personal experience, because she has been just like you watching. She went and searched for the answers. She went on the quest to find it. She conquered, and now she's going to help you. So we're going to get to her in a minute, but I just want to talk a little bit about how and why we're here. A celebration of Women TV is founded by Catherine Clark, and Catherine Clark is here with us today, so we're going to give her a big shout out. Hey to Catherine Clark. She made all of this happen, so I want to make sure that we acknowledge Catherine with all the great work that she does with the celebration of women, because she is really the woman behind the scenes of the team. I'm very humbled to be the spokeswoman for a celebration of women, because there are some powerful, inspirational, and amazing women that are with us. I want you to check out the website, celebrationofwomen.org. And you really want to sign up for the email, because you'll get all the updates, you'll get to hear all the things that's happening, and you will not want to miss anything. So go to celebrationofwomen.org. You can also find a Celebration of Women TV on the homepage. It is just launched, and you can see our previous women of action who have been on the show. So that's definitely something that you want to go check out. And on your Facebook and on the website, you definitely want to click share and share a Celebration of Women TV and a celebrationofwomen.org with all your friends, men and women. It doesn't have to just be women. So I always start out the show with just sharing a little bit about the mission statement, and I always make sure that I read it, because it was actually written by Catherine Clark herself. It's very, very important. A Celebration of Women is a global women's advocacy organization created to inspire all women to step up and take action. A Celebration of Women advocacy organization is now accessing the women of our world, 210 countries. So congratulations, Catherine, for being in 210 countries. And I know that she gets emails every day from more and more people, so I'm sure that will expand. And another big shout out to Catherine and a big, huge congratulations is a Celebration of Women was approved for charity March the 21st of this year, 2011. So I know that amazing things are in the work. Every time I get to talk to Catherine, it's always like a whirlwind of all the great and exciting things that are happening. Our team of women is growing daily, and come be a part of us. Our market through a Celebration of Women, it actually models the lives of women leaders who are trailblazing the women's path of this new millennium. It's for the further establishment of equality of women amongst women, which is very, very important. The actions of these women of action create what we call a pay it forward ripple, which increases the level of gender equity, women's equality, human rights, and it promotes more peace in the world, offering a better future for all of the children in this planet. The vision holds all women of action joining in their efforts through the World Hub, creating an energy that grows to covering the world, shining a light that will offer to anyone with desire the inspiration to work in their own light, rising above challenges and never playing it small. And I just got goosebumps as I read that one, so that's really important to realize your own light. A celebration of women is born as a stage for all women and a place in the world that will assist them not only in believing that they are worthy of celebration, but that one can work to create celebration. A celebration of women is mission to assist the funding of some very, very awesome projects that will create a power of femininity and unity in the entire world, celebrating all the women of action. A celebration of women will support the actions of women that challenge, direct, educate, mentor, research, support, and nurture others to show them that they must rise above all the challenges, grow to become healthy, and maintain good health in all areas of their life, inspiring those and everybody around them. A celebration of women promotes taking responsibility for self. For women that are healthy, they can contribute to creating a greater and better society with dignity, self-respect, and a renewed sense of hope. So I have to comment there because the mission statement that I'm reading is written directly by Catherine, and definitely when you read this, it actually gives you hope. So we call her our mother butterfly because the logo, as you see, is a butterfly, and she is one that gives everybody hope, so it matches really well. One can only give away which one possesses, and a celebration of women at no cost to our women of action. It will act as an advocacy to celebrate and promote and support them through their respective missions and through the celebration online and offline. So all of our women, they're out there, they're in the front line and they're in the trenches. And for all the ladies that are watching, you know exactly what that means and who you are. They're working together to make a better world for all of us. So brava to Catherine Clark for a fabulous mission statement. And I think it touches so many people as they read it. So today, I'm very excited and very happy to share with you one of our women of action. Her name is Shannon Smith. So Shannon, welcome to a celebration of Women TV.
Well, thank you, Wendy. I'm
You're
glad
welcome.
to be here.
You know, it's really, really important for me to begin the show because we've had a few conversations. And I want to just share with the audience and everybody that's looking that you are an expert in branding, whether it's personal branding or business branding, but you're also somebody that's an expert in etiquette. And sometimes that's a scary word. And as we shared a couple of words on the phone, I'm like, people want to know, but sometimes people are afraid to ask. And what I would like everyone to realize is for you, you are looking spectacular, tailored to the T, and you look so very, very beautiful, and you definitely look the part. The thing is, you went on a journey just like everybody else, and you've actually come to be who you are because you went on that mission. So sometimes it can be a little intimidating when we think about it or we talk with you, and I thought about it. You know, I even thought about wearing a suit and getting changed and doing all that stuff, and I thought, you know, I just have to go and be me and learn from you, because the great thing everybody's going to learn is you are actually where they are. And that makes you relatable.
And more.
And more. And that totally makes you relatable. You have no judgment at all in your body to share with people how they can become greater. So you've actually gone on a quest to help people become great. So congratulations for that.
Well, thank you.
That's huge. So just share a little bit with the audience, you know, how did you start your business, Premier Image International? How did it all come about? And just a little bit about your background at the same time, and why did you even get started?
Why did I get started? You know, I started my business when I was 4 years old.
Okay, awesome. 29 and holding.
I'm very involved with art.
Yes.
I paint. I'm a seamstress. I wanted to be a designer by desire, and I ended up being a nurse by profession.
Wow.
Because at the time I was going to school, my father said, well, there was no money for me to be going to university or going to Parsons in New York City. And I used to win all of the prizes and all of the contests in school for sewing and designing. And even though I made a mistake, some might call it a mistake, I reinvented that and made it even more flamboyant, if you could say. So mistakes, you know, there are no mistakes in life.
No,
there are
for
only
a reason.
corrections.
Absolutely.
And I started my business way back then, and I opened up my own boutique at one time.
Oh, wow.
Yes, in Burlington, and I started designing. I had $500 I saved.
Wow.
And with that $500 after nursing, I realized that, I just couldn't, very difficult to see a baby die or a young child die, you know, and I was on pediatrics, I was on female surgery, male surgery. So what I do now for others, I've done for myself.
Yeah.
I've repackaged, redesigned, and we're always needing to redesign and repackage ourselves.
Absolutely.
Because the world is completely changing.
Every day.
Every day.
Every
and
day.
We've got to keep up.
Yeah.
So when I look at what I do now, I didn't know all of this. I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth.
No.
Sunday dinner was a fork and a knife and a spoon, and roast beef dinner. And coming from a working class family, at that time, did I really need to know these things? No. But I knew that there was another role for me. I was on a quest. I was finding my destiny.
Yeah.
And I have a destiny to fulfill. And we can talk about that a little bit later, another show.
Yeah.
However, so I've done all kinds of training. I've done emotional intelligence, I've done presentation skills, I've taken design, I've taken speech and acting lessons.
Did you really?
Oh yes.
Where did you take that? I didn't know that.
Several places.
Awesome.
But there's a great place here in town.
Awesome.
A couple run this place. So, you know, I'm always learning, and I'm always watching my tapes, and I know a lot about a lot of things, and I relay my focus is personal branding. How to make that person understand that they are magnificent, just the way they came into the world. And I'm in a nurturing business. I'm still the nurse, still nurturing.
So that works well for you.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Psychology.
that works good for you. And that $500 that you spent sure went a long way.
It went a long way.
So it was one of your greatest investments you ever did.
Yes, I had my shop for 5 years, the boutique.
Awesome.
And I started out designing and dressmaking. And that soon went by the wayside because I had clients coming in. They maybe been a size 12 and they went to a size 10 and then a 14 or whatever.
And they needed so many.
And taking in and taking out is not fun.
So you've kind of focused on the branding through all of that.
Yes.
You really became an expert in branding.
Yes, and during that time I was also modeling. I've done, I presented fashion shows. I was I've done a lot of different things in skincare, makeup, hair, fragrances.
So you were definitely meant to be doing what you're doing.
I am.
So,
everything that I've done led up to what I'm doing now.
Absolutely. So you were very, very blessed.
Yeah, I'm
with all the
always
experience.
blessed. I was.
So you know what I find, Shannon, is the idea of branding, it's been around for many, many years. I've heard it so many times.
Yes.
But what about the idea of personal branding, and what does personal branding actually mean? Because I've heard it so many times. You know, you got to brand yourself, and people say that to me all the time. Wendy Ladd's a brand, but I'm like, what exactly does it mean? And kind of like, what's the difference between personal branding and your business branding?
All right, you know that we see baby jars with Gerber baby food, and then we go to the store and we're buying fragrances and Dior and Saint Laurent, all these wonderful designers. Now, can you imagine putting your fragrance in a baby jar?
No.
No. So it's all,
it was baby perfume.
It's all about packaging.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is that we're just now catching on. We're catching that philosophy of the corporate arena where, you know, corporations are spending a lot of time, money, and energy in developing a brand to take their product to market, no matter whether it's the soap that we're using in our dishwater or the car or the necklace, the beautiful necklace, everything. So we have to be very cognizant of our brand, and we have to look at ourselves as a product. And you know, people don't understand that. You are the product.
Yeah, the product.
And especially these women that are in their own businesses, they have to understand the power of their personal brand. And it's the power of perception that I talk a lot about.
Perception is everything.
Perception is
Absolutely.
everything. So, you know, there's a great study out of UCLA that shows that 85% of all decisions are made with our eyes. 85%. So you and I are talking right now. But if I was sitting here in a torn out t-shirt, my hair is a mess, and no makeup on, well, do you think I would have anybody really paying attention to me? I don't think so.
Is that where that line came up where it says you never get a second chance to make a first impression?
Could be.
It could be, right?
Could be.
So who should be concerned or interested in personal branding?
Everyone.
Everyone.
Everyone. And I work with companies and individuals from all walks of life, from the young person coming out of university or going for their first job when they're 16, to executive suite, to CEOs, board members, and they're all at different levels. And I thoroughly enjoy working with young people. You know, I have a young fellow that I'm working with right now. I'm helping him with his presentation. He's being interviewed for becoming a doctor. He's being interviewed for.
Okay. Oh, you're helping him for the interview.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Cool. Very
So
cool.
how to dress, how to present yourself, how to shake hands, how to have great eye contact. I use a lot of video in what I do, so you really get to know and see quite fast.
So do they get to watch themselves on video with you?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yes.
So you can really correct it when you go back and you watch it, and they can see, because even as we're talking right now, we have no idea really of our expression, because it goes so quickly. We can go back and look at it.
Yes.
So you're probably helping him then with dressing for success.
Oh, yes. I'm taking a client out to shop, to the hairstylist, the makeup artist. I also have a great...
That's fun. I would love to do that. I would love to do that.
Yes, it's a lot of fun. And also it continues to other things, obviously. Manners, social manners, business etiquette, and of course the tutorial dining program where you learn to do business with the right fork.
So I was going to ask you, the idea of dressing for success, you know, it's something that we've all heard, and everybody just says, even I say when we're interviewing people at Audit Careers Group, dress for success, but everybody's idea of dress for success is different. So have you by chance seen a change in the people's approach over this over the last few years?
Well, we all know that casual Friday became casual Thursday and Wednesday, and then sloppy Monday. And now we've got, you go into an office and you see flip-flops. I've got to tell you.
You do. What do you think of all of this?
Well, let me tell you a story, because people love stories. I worked with a client just recently, a corporate client, and they had 90 salespeople coming in from across Canada. They wanted to have something on etiquette. Well, etiquette to a lot of people means a lot of different things. What they really wanted was a team building program around etiquette, grooming, manners, setting the table, all of that. So I created a program, a team building program for them.
Oh, that sounds like
fabulous.
Awesome.
And it was a lot of fun, very interactive.
So you think that you can have programs where people don't have to really dress down? Because I was going to ask you, like, what is your thought process of casual dressing?
I think it's terrible. Because let me tell you, I've got reams of studies that prove that the sloppier the dress, the sloppier the work habit, and the work ethic, and the production is going down, and there's a breakup of barriers within the corporation amongst employees. Yes. So I was going to tell you about this team building program that I went to. I created. The people that I was interviewed by, 2 women in HR, and one was in head of sales too. They were in a very, you know, it comes down from the top. What happens at the top goes down to the...
We talked about that.
Yes. So it depends on how that comes down. So if it's a more casual attitude with your CFO, then it's going to go down through the ranks, but not to the point where there's toe rings and open shoes.
And a lot of people think, you know, the way that my boss dresses, I don't have to dress better.
He's giving the message.
He's giving the message.
He's giving the
message. You know
message.
what I found? It's like smoking. Where I used to work, people were smoking, and the vice president was smoking, and they had a rule. Smoking wasn't allowed in certain areas, but he was smoking, so everybody was just like, it's okay to smoke. Same as dressing. If somebody's dressing sloppy at work, you look at it, and you like a level of respect comes from that.
It's a respect, and it's also respect for yourself. And you know, you must understand that or the audience should get understanding that those people higher up are looking at you and saying, now, is she management material? Is she the executive suite material?
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're going to work with a low-cut dress on one day and a skirt up to here.
I've had these conversations before.
And open-toed shoes, you're not looking the part. They're not going to say you're not grooming for success.
And sometimes because of the weather and the situation, we tend to think we can get away with that. I know sometimes I have, because on that day it was 40. We're like, there's no way I'm going to wear nylons. I'm not wearing a skirt. I'm going to wear capris. I'm going to wear a high heel sandal. But it's okay, because everybody just says, because we're in Canada and it's so hot, we're just like, we think it's okay, and really it's not.
No, it's not. If you go to Bermuda or Barbados, these people, and the DR, when you're doing business there with these people, they are dressed. They have a white shirt on.
They do. I've been there.
They have their tie, their and if it's a woman, they have hose. They look professional. Now, I get a lot of flack about wearing hose for women.
We talked about that already.
And ladies, get over it.
Yeah. And you got to match it, and it just
nude hose is in.
Is always
in.
And it really, really takes you that much more above.
Yes.
Yeah,
now on the same note, this morning I was in Toronto. Obviously, I'm here, and I had a meeting with a magazine company, a publisher, and there was a young woman as I was going in, coming out, and she was casual elegance, elegantly dressed, and she was casual, but absolutely her makeup was beautiful. She had the right accessories. She had a T-shirt on that was up to here, not down to here.
To make mine high.
and she had a nice casual little black jacket over with a beautiful cotton pant, slim pant that went
like a capri.
Not a capri, a full length pant.
Full length.
And the pant they were cotton with a bit of lycra in it. Yeah. They didn't fit her so that, it was...
You could see everything.
Could see everything. No. They were beautifully fit properly, and she had a crease down the front of her pant. And she had a high heel on,
and you
a
took
pump,
notice.
With a back.
A sling back.
Sling back.
Yeah, I wear a sling
back.
She
looks fabulous.
It's awesome. Too bad she's not watching. She might be watching. She's talking about you.
Yes, I'm talking about you.
So when you talk about personal branding, if somebody wanted to create for themselves a personal brand, where would they even begin, and what are some of the steps that they would even start with?
Well, that's a very good question. I have a
it's a big question.
I have a 1 hour consultation.
Okay.
That they can certainly call me, and we can arrange that. This is a tasting of how I work and how you and I can work together, so that it's not a big investment, but you walk away with an audit. So it's called the personal brand audit. So I present that as we're speaking over tea. I get to see how you walk through the hotel to greet me, how you sit down.
Do you videotape that?
No,
that's not a videotape.
That's in the public arena. That's at a beautiful restaurant or hotel.
I saw that actually on your website, so I'd like to talk about that later. I know we're going to talk about some things you do, but you talk a lot that there are factors that determine business attire and manner. Can you just maybe tell a little bit about that? I know that's also a big question, but just touch base on that a bit.
Where you work and what you do certainly implies how you're going to dress and how you're going to behave. In the public arena, it's a little bit different because you are on all the time. You should be looking the part and acting the part.
Kind of on stage all the time.
Yes. Now, if you're in the financial arena, there's a more conservative type, and clothing should be, dressed appropriately. They're more conservative, more quiet. Also, if you were in a boutique, you can be more stylish, high style, whatever. But it's got to be still very well groomed. You don't want to be looking sloppy in a boutique.
Like you got out of bed.
Exactly. And haven't you seen that?
I have. That's why I said it.
and also, if you're in public relations or in marketing or PR, advertising, you can still be more flamboyant
that's a big one too,
and individual.
Yeah,
it depends on your client as well.
You have to adapt. Well, you can adapt. You don't have to, but you have the ability to adapt.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Now, I always have the opinion that you should dress one up
Correct.
So
We
that
teach
you
that.
always are
Yeah.
professional at all times.
There's a gentleman that I work with that always says, you know, if you ever go out, you want to overdress a little bit because you can always take off your tie instead of going back and saying, oh my gosh, I got to put on my tie.
Yes.
So it's always better to be overdressed.
All overdressed.